I did something painful. I watched 3 of the worst anime of all time. Worst rated, worst animated. I am in shock, disbelief, and by the end of it, I was in tears. But why did I do this? Even I don't know that. But one thing is for sure, I'm gonna make sure you all don't give these a time of day, is what I would say, but you all are degens who will look it up anyways, regardless of what I say and how bad it is, so I guess let's give it a shot. Hey, Post Edit Will here, just letting you guys know that because of the material of Pupa, I'm gonna have to use some wholesome memes, so hopefully that doesn't bother you. Alright, thank you! Oh dear God, Pupa.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
You will never believe what studio did this anime. Studio Dean. Pupa is a 12 episode long anime lasting around 4 minutes each. It is a gory, flesh eating, incestual undertone type of anime. Yes, we're dealing with that. Pupa is about 2 teens who is being abused by their father, with their mother being abused as well. The parents get a divorce, and the mom meets another man and runs off with them, abandoning her kids, Utsuyu and Yumi. Utsuyu promises Yumi that no matter what happens, he will protect her, and protect her he shall. More on that later. They both find out they have been infected with a virus called Pupa, which makes them mutate into a flesh-eating monster. Yumi gets completely taken over by this virus and turns into a monster, but her brother, Utsuyu, gains regenerative powers. How he finds this out is Yumi attacks her brother, almost devouring him completely, but she turns back into a human and then sees her half-eaten brother and goes on a absolute mental breakdown. Sound good? Well, guess what? It isn't. At some points, it made me laugh to tears with the absurdities of some of the things that I have watched. I can't show anything on YouTube, but one full episode, 4 minutes long, of his sister eating him, it was shocking. On the bed, ass up, making it so sexual. Whatever team Studio Dean used needs to be evaluated, because the animation looked dull, boring, and lifeless. Much like the story. I wanted to dip my toes in the manga, but honestly, I couldn't make myself go through that. Pupa was an incoherent mess of a show that would jump around and made you guess what happened in the next one. I am just glad it was only 4 minutes each, because I don't think I could have stomached a full 12 episode, 24 minute long shindig. Mal giving it a 3 out of 10 is very, very generous. This is a 2. At least it was watchable. I didn't like it, but I made it through everything. Don't worry, it only gets worse from here. Mars of Destruction is an OVA based on a visual novel by Idea Factory which shares the same name. If the game is this f***ing bad, I don't even want to look at it. It is about a space mission from Mars going wrong and the ship blows up and these creatures called ancients begin to appear around Tokyo. 3 girls and 1 boy who is forced to do his father's bidding, sound familiar, jump into a suit type thing to fight off these ancients. This was not a fun watch. This was awful. Running around 20 minutes, this OVA I thought was going to be the worst anime I have ever seen. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was fucking stupid. The plot bounced around, the music didn't fuse well with any of the scenes, and it kept doing hard cuts to song after song. The first 3 minutes of the OVA, the girls have their guns pointed at these agents, they look at them, and one of them evaporates one of the girls' heads, and they just sit there. No emotion for the girl that got murdered. They just sit there with their guns aimed at these agents. Then the plot twist happens. I'm gonna spoil it because you don't deserve to watch this. By God, the agents are the real Earthlings. I can't believe this was made. I am shocked about how bad this was. I completely agree with Mal. This is a 2 out of 10. Again, I managed to stomach it and laugh at it completely through its 20-minute runtime. By God, if the next entry wasn't the worst, this would be the worst. But the next one is possibly the worst anime I've ever seen, and it's only been 2 years since it came out.
Hello, I don't want make it all the fame.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
I am going to be honest with you. X-Arm is not only the worst anime I have ever seen, but as of right now, I have only watched 2 episodes. I will try to watch it all and do a small update, but for right now, I cannot watch the rest of it. It's that bad. I might have to force my best friend, or hell, even my sister, to watch this absolute trash with me. From what I have gathered from the first 2 episodes, a high schooler named Akira has a phobia of electronics and wants nothing to do with them. When he sees a cell phone, he has a full-blown panic attack. Being motivated by his brother to better himself, he sees a girl being harassed and decides to keep walking forward towards the road, but then remembers what his brother said to better himself. Stops in the middle of the road. Let me clarify. He stops in the middle of the road to turn around to save this girl from being harassed, and then gets isekai'd. Yes, you heard that right. So, several years later, these 2 police officers find this briefcase people are trying to steal. They open it. His brain is in this briefcase for some reason, and finds out that he's a super weapon known as an X-Arm. It makes no sense. The CGI is atrocious. The story is just as bad. This is laughably bad. Me personally, I feel like this is worse than Mars of Destruction. I mean, it was so damn boring. I was yawning halfway through the 2nd episode. Like I said, if I watch more of it, I'll update you, but as of right now, this is all I'm going to do. This show was that damn bad, and I don't want to give it the time of day. I don't want you guys to even watch it, but either you've heard of it or you haven't heard of it and you're gonna go watch it anyways, and be damned with what I say. These 3 have mentally drained me, and I need a palate cleanser for what I sat through and watched. Thankfully, Link Click is incredible, and that's what I'm watching right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my analysis on these 3 amazingly awful shows. If you have anything to add or have a bad anime you've watched yourself, comment below and let me know. Have a great one.